Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Awaken the World Quick Talk. Tonight, another present moment weapon. And of course, Good Friday today, 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And you are here live on the the Awaken the World YouTube channel. It's been a long day already. Yeah, I did a bunch of grouting this morning and then went and spent 4 hours at the store doing some work. And that was really nice, actually. It was a good time, too. So what is our quick talk about tonight? Well, our quick talk is really about another fantastic present moment weapon that we have available to us. And, you know, one of the first and foremost present moment weapons that we have, okay, or tools, if you will, is our breath. And we've talked about the breath before. This isn't about our breath today, though. This is about another present moment weapon. Now, this weapon you come equipped with the ability to do whenever you want. It decreases stress. It increases infection-fighting antibodies in your body. It makes you totally present. And little children do it 100 to 200 times a day. Can anyone guess what it is? It's laughter. Laughing makes you totally present. When you are in the act of good, honest laughter, you are not anywhere else. You are not thinking about your past, you're not thinking about the future, and as a matter of fact, you're not even thinking. You're simply being, and the laughing does it. This is why laughter yoga and laughing is you have to, if your life isn't funny, like, honestly, make it funny. Because you're missing out. You truly are. You know, and that statistic is absolutely true. Little children laugh 100 to 200 times a day on average, compared to the typical adult who might laugh absolutely no times during a day or just a few times. We are missing out. Laughter is so good for you. So in that spirit, we're going to have a little bit of humor. A few things to help make you laugh. And, you know, I'll tell you, if you ever wondered about what makes God laugh, I'll tell you, it's your plans. Now, see, that was funny. If you want God to laugh, speak about your plans. Yeah, we all feel that way. I mean, come on. It's like, really? I made all these plans, and yet, you know, and because of that, some of us are typically like to turn to the dark side, okay? And you know, once Satan and his demon sidekick, they were walking down the street, and they were closely watching this 20-year-old man only yards ahead. And this man was on the verge of realizing the supreme truth. He was on the verge of realizing the cosmic truth. The demon was getting worried and started to kind of nudge Satan. He's like, come on, man. But Satan looked totally calm. Sure enough, the man had the realization right there on the sidewalk. And he realized in that moment the deepest spiritual truth imaginable. And the demon was just getting, like, freaking right out. He's like, Satan, don't you see? This man has realized the truth. And yet you're doing nothing to stop him. And Satan just smiled and announced, yes, he has realized the truth. And now I am going to help him organize that truth. Come on, right? Create an organization around truth. What do you get? Well, you don't get the truth anymore. And from my old favorite, George Carlin, on reversing life sequence. You know, for George, it wasn't enough to keep coming back. And you know, George, I hope you're already here growing up to be the same comedian you were, buddy. I really do. So George, on reversing life sequence, okay, and George wanted to do this. George wanted to start out living his next life backwards. He wanted to start out dead and get that out of the way right away. Then you wake up in a nursing home and you feel better every day. Then you get kicked out of the nursing home because you're too healthy. You enjoy your retirement and you collect your pension. Then, when you start to work, you get a gold watch on your first day. You work 40 years until you're too young to work. You get ready for high school, drink alcohol, party, and you're generally promiscuous. Then you go to primary school, you become a kid, you play, and you have no responsibilities. Then you become a baby, and then you spend your last 9 months floating peacefully in luxury, surrounded in spa-like conditions, central heating, room service on tap, and then you finish off as an orgasm. I rest my case. Thank you, George. Sounds like a good idea. I think I want to reverse my life too. I mean, that sounds really good, actually. I'll start out dead, come back from the dead, wake up in a nursing home, feel better every day. That's perfect. Way to go, George. My last one, and this is certainly a measure of enlightenment, and if we want to measure how enlightened we are, we can take a look at this very closely. So, if we can live without caffeine, okay, guilty. I cannot live without caffeine. It's my task in the morning to wake up, grab our coffee cups, and go and make coffee and feed the cat. That is my job at dawn. If you can be cheerful, ignoring aches and pains. Okay, I've got that one down. If you can resist complaining, sure. If you can understand when your loved ones are too busy to give you any time, absolutely. If you can take criticism and blame without resentment. If you can ignore a friend's limited education and never correct him or her. Guilty. If your grammar's bad, I'm going to call you on it. If you can face the world without lies and deceit. If you can conquer tension without medical help. If you can relax without liquor. If you can sleep without the aid of drugs. If you can honestly say that deep in your heart you have no prejudice against creed, color, religion, gender preference, or politics. If you can say all of these things, then you can say you've reached the same level of spiritual development as your dog. Okay, the dog's got me on a few of them. I mean, seriously. Okay, I don't need liquor, that's for sure. But honestly, I gotta say that, yeah, live without caffeine, that's toughy. It really is. I used to live without caffeine, but I've been living with caffeine for a long time now. So that's really about it. A little bit of humor. Susan, I hope you were here to catch some of the humor, and if not, rewind it. There's a really good George Carlin one on there, and I got to read that one again. It's the best. Okay. So George on reversing his life sequence one more time before we go, because I love this so much. So we all start out dead, and get that out of the way right away. Then we wake up in a nursing home and we start feeling better every day. Then we get kicked out for being too healthy. We enjoy our retirement and collect our pension. On our first day of work, we get a gold watch. Then we work 40 years until we're too young to work. Then we get ready for high school. We drink alcohol, we party, and we're generally promiscuous. Then we go to primary school, we become a kid, we play, and we have no responsibilities. Then you become a baby, and then you spend your last 9 months floating peacefully in luxury, in spa-like conditions, central heating, room service on tap, and then you finish off as an orgasm. I rest my case. And that was George Carlin on reversing life sequence. Yeah, it does sound great, doesn't it? I was just going, wait a minute, this is totally backwards. It really is. Let's do it the other way around. It'd be so much more fun. It really would. So the fantastic present moment tool you have, of course, is laughter. It truly is. When you are laughing, when you are honestly laughing, when you are experiencing joy, you are not thinking at all. You're not in the past, you're not in the future. You're right here, right now, and you're so present that your mind isn't even there to be aware of it. And all you have to do is laugh. Much love to you today. Namaste. Have a beautiful chuckle. Enjoy. Truly. All our love.